Muy buenos días a todos. Vamos a presentar al doctor Mustapha Bousmina, presidente de la Universidad Euromed de Fès. Es ingeniero graduado de l'École Européenne de Chimie, Polymères et Matériaux en Francia y posee un doctorado en físico-química por la Universidad Louis Pasteur. Es profesor de la Universidad Laval en Canadá, ha publicado más de 215 artículos científicos, tiene 7 patentes internacionales y ha recibido varios premios prestigiosos, incluido el Gran Premio de Innovación en Marruecos en 2009. Vamos a iniciar inmediatamente la conversación. Muy buenos días, profesor. Buenos días, ministro.
السلام عليكم. أولاً أريد أن أتقدم بالشكر الجزيل للسيد الرئيس والسيد الكاتب العام لمجلس النواب على حسن الاستضافة للحضور في هذا اللقاء بين المغرب وبلد الشيلي. La verdad que estoy encantado de participar en este encuentro entre Marruecos y Chile, un país maravilloso. La verdad que he tenido la oportunidad de visitar Chile y la verdad que es una maravilla, un país que tiene una historia que me gustó mucho, la verdad, tanto por su cultura, su cocina, como por la amabilidad de su gente. La verdad que estoy encantado hoy de participar en este encuentro. Ayer las presentaciones... Gracias. Ayer las presentaciones fueron en árabe, en francés y en español, pero hoy voy a hacer la presentación in inglés. So I have kept really the same title that had been chosen by the organizers of this meeting, but instead of making a global presentation, I will rather focus on Morocco, on my country, that is highlighted here on this map in red. And Morocco is situated at the extreme north of Africa, just 14 kilometers from Europe. It is just in front of the American continent, and it is linked to the MENA region. We have a population, owing to the census that had been made in 2024, approximately 37 million of people living in Morocco, with an area which is similar, quite similar to that of Chile, a little bit less, 710,000 kilometers square. We have 2 coastlines with a distance of 3,500, with 100 kilometers on the Mediterranean and 3,000 on the Atlantic Sea. As Chile, you have also 2 coastlines with Atlantic and the Pacific. Morocco is situated on a dry land, in arid land. So we suffer from climate change and we import our energy. The import presents presently quite 90% of our energy consumption. So energy transition for Morocco is not a choice, is really mandatory. And this energy transition, when we talk about energy transition, this consists of making a global transformation in the production of energy, in its storage, because we are using intermittent kind of energy sources, how to distribute this energy across a given territory, and you have to make a transformation also in the consumption mode. So this translates basically of making a shift from fossil sources like oil and natural gas to cleaner and sustainable kind of sources, renewable energies, that may be wind, solar energy, geothermal, hydropower, marine energy. You should work also on energy efficiency, energy storage, because you are using intermittent kind of sources. You have to transform any production process that is based on hydrodynamic and heat-based kind of engines to electrified ones. A reduction in consumption of energy, and you have to modernize the network and the grid and to make an intelligent management of this grid. The energy transition should be looked at in a holistic manner and should be within a sustainable development, including circular economy, mitigation, adaptation, the resilience to climate change. We have to decarbonize our industry, our production processes, and we have to take care not only of the environment, but also about the people. There are many projects of energy transition, like, for instance, in South Africa, they have implemented big power plants, but that was at the expense of the well-being of population. So when you are using this energy transition, you have to keep in mind the well-being of the people. So this should be looked at as a nexus that combines different bricks: climate change, energy, water, food security, health, and social impact. So to understand what we have done in Morocco, let's see what are the main pillars of the Morocco's economy. Presently, the Morocco's economy is based on 7 pillars. The first one, and the most important one, is the automotive industry. We are presently the first car manufacturer in Africa, before South Africa. We have also aeronautics. There is no one aircraft that you can see in the sky that has not at least one piece that is made here in Morocco, in Casablanca. We are also the first producer of phosphate and first exporter of phosphate worldwide. And the first also producer of fertilizers and phosphoric acid in Africa. We don't have many minerals, but we do have cobalt and iron, which is worth for the production of batteries. And Morocco is doing a big effort of implementing some battery-based industries. We are also the first exporter of fisheries in Africa and worldwide exporter of sardines. 1/2 of sardine cans you can buy in Santiago, in Sao Paulo, in New York, in Canberra, or in Casablanca is made here in Morocco. 1/2 worldwide. I am not saying this to make a self-promotion, but explaining the main pillars of our economy because it is connected to the efforts we are making for energy transition. We have presently the world's largest concentrated solar power in the world. I am not talking about all solar energy devices, but only concentrated. It's the largest one presently worldwide. We are the first African investor in West Africa. That has been said yesterday by our minister. We had first high-speed train in Africa. This is very important to make some connection between Europe and Africa. We have also the first cargo port in Africa and in the Mediterranean region, before the Spanish one and before the French one. And we have other assets, but these are the strengths of the Moroccan economy. But we do have also some weaknesses, and I am highlighting these weaknesses to explain why we have to make this climate change and energy transition. We have huge disparities between the regions in terms of energy transition and between urban and rural areas. We are on a very dry land with a high volatility of rainfalls, which means that our GDP depends on the sky, depends on the amount of the rainfalls we have each year. We are importing our energy. 88% of our energy is imported from outside at the cost of between 15 to $20 billion each year. At the same time, we have a growing economy and a growing need in terms of energy. For residential, if you go just outside Rabat, you will see plenty and many cranes, and the entire country is under construction. So there is a big need of energy. We need energy for industry that is developing, for agriculture, for transport. We are the first or second touristic destination here in Africa, so we do need energy, and we do need to decarbonize our production. Otherwise, we cannot export to our neighborhood countries like Europe. So energy transition, it's not a choice for Morocco. It's really mandatory. For that, Morocco has developed a national strategy based on 7 pillars. First pillar is that we have a political stability under the leadership of His Majesty the King, so we can really conceive medium and long-term kind of strategies. We have a strategic geographic situation between Europe and Africa, and a strong link with the Middle East. Morocco has signed different agreements